Hey guys, it's Deb. I'm in my car. So I hope you're doing well. Welcome back if you are one of my wonderful subscribers, and welcome for the first time if you're new. So hey, you've caught me in my car. So yeah, no hauls or nothing, but I'm driving to work, and you make the drive a little less boring and feel a little shorter. I always take the GPS, use the GPS. I don't know about you guys. I always use it because I put in it to always give me the fastest route where I'm going. And thus, I believe that she knows more than I know.
Northwest
See,
Drive
she's
for
talking to me.
miles.
And anyway, I think she knows the best routes. And she has taken me, I don't even know, half a dozen or more different routes to my work. So she will decide every day, which is the best route. It is so sunny, I can barely see anything. So, like, in my rearview mirror, I'm just seeing, boom, sunlight. So I'm trying to switch lanes here. Okay, there we go. But anyway, so there are like 2 highways I could take. Well, 3, I think. So in the perfect world, if there were no other cars on the road, I would take the 1 highway to the 2nd highway to the 3rd highway and get off at work. It's not the perfect world, of course. We all know that. So a lot of times, sir, you get 1 lane. Just 1, please. Thank you. This person, they're driving right on the white lines, like their tires are actually on the white lines. They're over to my side, so it's a little scary. So I want to get past this person while I can up here at the light. Excuse me. Thank you. But anyway, so yeah, she takes me just ways I wouldn't have even dreamed of. Like, one time she took me on this one route that I was like, this doesn't go to work. But it did. She's smart. So, so today she started off with 2 highways, and then she was going to take me side roads, and then she changed her mind after I got on the first one and went, yeah, there's a faster route. Here you go. So I got off the first highway early, and now I'm on these side roads. She does this way. I've been a few times on this way. So, it's going on like 2 months of work. Woohoo! I made it 2 months. But yeah, so I've gone on many different routes here, and she's gonna have me turn up here in a minute. And a school zone. Ugh, I can't wait for summer for that. I think my route will be so much faster. I literally pass through. And I never see children. That's the weirdest part. It's like, I know it's a school zone, which means school is on, and yet I haven't seen one little school kid. So let's see how kind they are about letting me over. That one, no. This one, nope. Speed it up as soon as they saw my turn signal. So I will speed up a little bit and scoot in front of you. Thank you very much. But yeah, isn't that weird? Did you ever notice that? Like, I must be at the late end of it or the early end. I don't know. I don't know school times anymore because my kids, that's been a while. But yeah, here's this. There's not a child around. Anyway, I literally go through about 5 of them, depending on the route she takes me through school zones. So you got to get down to 20, and it's normally 35 or 40, depending on where I am. So, yeah, that takes a little time out of my schedule there. I'll give me a couple minutes back, so that would be nice. My eyes are watering profusely today. Oh, I hate my eye drops for that, but I love my eye drops, that they're saving my vision. So, remember that scale. Got to go for just a scale bent a little more towards the positive side than the negative. All right, let me get turned here safely.
In a quarter mile.
I know, ma'am. I know. Thank you. Oh, you get me back on the highway now. So what she did was the highways, cross it like an L shape. The 2 highways I would go on in the perfect world. So she just kind of made a cut through the L shape, and now she's putting me back on the highway. So interesting, since the screen shows nothing but red on the highway, which means mega traffic. So we'll see how she takes me. But it's rush hour. What can you say? It's just gonna be traffic. It'll be a little bit. What that little finger is going like that in my hair. What's gonna be better is summer, not only for the school zones not being there, but also for like teachers that no longer have to drive, or maybe traffic does lessen a lot in the summer, so I'm wondering, do some parents, have the flexibility of maybe working from home in the summer when their kids are home? I only worked, as a parent, out of my home till my son was 3 or 4. That's the longest, and I didn't even work all that time. So from birth till, I don't know, 14, 15 months old, whatever it was, I was at home. So I was a stay-at-home mom for a whole year. Woo. And then my husband just, one day I came home and he wasn't there, and he was never there again. So, yeah, he was a jewel. But anyway, if you know him, tell him to pay me all that bad child support that he's never paid. Anyway, I'll stop whining. Anyway, so he left 12 months, and then I was like, oh my God, I'm not working. I have this house payment. I have a car payment. What the heck do I do? So my dad actually found his mom, and, I knew where she lived. So he went to his mom. He left me with this car, that we had payments on. It was a nice minivan we had just bought. So I couldn't afford the payments. I wasn't working. And, I didn't know what my future held regarding work. So, he went to the mom and said, he's got to do something about this car. And then, she's like, well, he'll trade back his car that's paid for and then take the minivan and make the payments. Oh, fools that we were believing this. So he traded me the car. This car, I don't even remember what kind of car it was. It was a little car. It was old. It was in the worst shape. Oh my God, it was horrible. Just reliving this in my brain. Okay, so I was going for job interviews in this car, and all dressed, you're trying to look your best, going for a job interview. And I remember the worst one was, it was pouring rain, and the car leaked. And it leaked right about, over my head. And I don't remember why, but it leaked. And maybe it was where the windshield attached. But anyway, and so it was dripping. And so I have to go into this interview with like drip wet spots on my clothes. Yeah, it was not fun. So it was horrible, but it was paid for. So I dealt with it till I didn't have to anymore. But anyway, so then it took me a couple months, and I got a job. And I was a programmer analyst. I did big giant IBM machines, the kind you got to keep, and I don't know, I'll show my age again, but this was back in the day, young people, where, oh, this is a stalled truck. Go ahead, go around me. I'm so sorry. Thank you. A stalled semi on a road that is under construction with no shoulder, and he pulled over on the part that's got, this much of a shoulder. Oh, that poor guy. Anyway, where am I going? Okay. 1.8 miles. So, anyway, we used to have these things called computers that you could not carry around in a case. They actually had to have their own room. They were ginormous. They were taller than me, wider, big giant boxes, multiple big giant boxes, and you had to keep them in a room that had special air conditioning just for that room because it had to be kept cold. And most offices that had their computer room had a lock on it, so we had a little keypad lock on the door, so you could only go in there. Yeah, one job I had, the computers were in the same room that we were in, and this will show even more. We had key punch machines. If you remember key punch machines with the little cards that would come out. But yeah, we had key punch machines. So we were in this room. We were always freezing. It was me. I was a manager at that point. This was prior to having my son. Actually, where I met my first husband, and I met his mom first and worked with her for years. And he worked there, and I had nothing to do with him because I just thought he was a young little punk, and a whole 2 years younger than me. But anyway, I succumbed on the day I quit. I went on a date with him, and there's the future. But I got my son, so everything is amazing. But so I was a manager, so I had 3 employees, and or 3, whatever you call them, 3 people I managed, and this traffic is ridiculous. So I'm going 8 miles an hour. So me and the ladies would freeze while we were doing all of our work. But the next job I got, so at this point, and it was when I got this job after my son, there was IBM, see how good my memory can be, IBM 400s, and I programmed in RPG and COBOL. Some people are like, what you talking about? So anyway, and and I remember by the time I quit, personal computers, what they were called, personal computers came out and could sit on your desk, and just be different than, computers that were hooked up to the mainframe. And I didn't understand personal computers. But anyway, now I carry it around in a little purse. Well, actually, I carry my little phone around, right? That's your computer. So I got that job. So that was the only time I didn't work. I didn't work. So then I worked from whatever age he was, 14, 15, however long it took me to get a job, until he was about 3 or 4. And then I was unemployed for a little tiny bit. And then I found my second great choice in a husband, sarcastic, quote unquote sarcastic. And then married him when I was pregnant with, when I was pregnant with my daughter. I have to get off of here, people, so you have to let me over, and you're not going to be happy about it at all. This guy's trying to make the tiny little 2-inch shoulder into a lane. I have to turn here too. Can I frickin' turn? Thank you. I said frickin' sorry, y'all, but it's so annoying when you get your turn signal. People are just like, I don't see it. I don't see it. Okay. So then, what was I saying? Oh, I met him, and then when I was pregnant with my daughter, I was like, I don't want to go back to work again. I don't want to miss out on everything I missed out on with my son. So that's when I got the medical transcription job through a company my aunt worked at, and she helped me out, and she helped me prepare for it and practice she sent me a couple things that she worked on, and then I listened to them and transcribed them and practiced, and knew a little bit of what I was talking about, and then I got the job. She didn't hire me. She just kind of helped me prepare for the job, and then recommended me, and then they interviewed me and hired me. So I kept that for over 20 years. So I don't know. I mean, I know intellectually. I don't really know emotionally the toil and all that on you of having to work out of the house, and your kids are in school. I mean, how do you even do a full day, because your kids don't go to school the same length of time you normally work. And then the days, oh my gosh, the days they have off. My daughter keeps telling me all the days the kids have off, and I'm like, has it increased since you were little? Because I don't remember you having all these days off. Such a long Christmas break and these other breaks, and I don't know how people do it. I give you so much credit if you were one of those people and had to deal with that, because oh my gosh, I don't know how you do it, especially single mom. Oh my gosh, how do you do all those days off? Companies are not considerate of that anymore. But anyway, so all those people, my point when I digressed immensely was that traffic lessons in the summer. So I am excited about that, and I'm excited about summer because I'm a summer girl. Hold on, train tracks, you're gonna wiggle. Sorry. But and another thing that made me think of summer is, okay, today is still February, right? Yeah. And it's supposed to be 92 today. What? 92. So I wore a shirt that's short sleeves, and then just a sweater for the office in the morning. And then when I leave work, I don't leave till 6, so who knows how warm it'll be at that point, but I can just take the sweater off and that'd be nice. I got a pair of pants on. And I wore sandals because I realized I don't have any summer office shoes. Yikes. which I should have taken care of over the weekend. But I was busy over the weekend with very important stuff. I was playing Xbox. And I beat the second world. Yes, I beat the second world. So I'm on the third world. So it was very important. It wasn't. But it was fun. And I don't care. So I wasted a weekend playing Xbox. And I enjoyed myself. And that's what life's about. So I didn't have any pressing things that affected anybody but me that I might not have gotten taken care of. But I was having fun. So that's okay. If it would have affected somebody else, then I'd have an issue. But it doesn't. It just affects me. So, yay! I had fun. Thank you, Nick. He got me my Xbox, and he found that game for me. So, and then I was so excited to start the third world that I actually started it at like 8 o'clock on Sunday night, and then I had to be like, stop it, put it down, go watch a YouTube video before bed, and just stop with the Steam World. So I did. I watched a Hey Everybody video. So it's an older one. I can't believe how far behind I am on everybody's. When I went to, her page, and then I click videos, and then I go to the last one that I've watched, because it puts a red line under the one you've watched. So I went to the last one, and then watched the next one. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's all these videos I haven't seen. So yeah, I think I watched the one. It's the one she did right after. I didn't watch the 2 review ones yet, so it's right after she did some kind of a game chair review. It was that next video, so that's how far behind I am. She's still in. I don't know if she's still in January, but she's still pre-Valentine's Day. So yeah, I'm very far behind. And Adrian, I'm very far behind on yours too. And favorites with Laura, I'm very far behind. Sorry, y'all. But man, if I digress, I don't even know where I started this talk out at. That'd be a great TED Talk, right? Just all over the place. But anyway, so yes, I'm looking forward to traffic being a little lighter. I love using my GPS because, like I said, she knows what she's doing. And it's funny when my dad uses his because he argues with her. That's not the fastest way. This way is faster. And it's so funny. Speaking of which, it's from a podcast that my son got me listening to. I always say, speaking of which, my dad turned 90. He made it to 90. He's past 90. So, on to the next decade. But, yeah, we all went, my brother's in from Florida, and everybody except the mean brother, sorry, we all went to, dinner, and it was kind of funny because we were at, a buffet place here. It's called Golden Corral. I know my dad likes that place, because he does like to eat there, but we haven't eaten there in a while, but he's always going there, like Veterans Day or whatever, when they give a free meal to him. But anyway, I guess they were talking when my dad was in the hospital. One of my brothers, the youngest one, visited. They were just talking about restaurants, I guess, and he mentioned, that my dad liked Golden Corral, and my dad was like, yeah, I like it. So anyway, we're there, and I get there, and me and the younger brother are there first, and there's some kind of drama with the brother from Florida and my parents and time of the meeting and all that. So we're there by ourselves, and he's like, man, this place is so expensive. I'm like, yeah, I didn't realize it was that. I mean, it was $20 just for my meal, because you pay just one price, $20, and that's with a water. I didn't even have a drink. So that's a lot for stuff I don't, I could buy a really nice dinner for $20. Anyway, I think I can. Baby prices have gone up so much I couldn't. But, so for them together with 2 sodas, it was like $45. So he's like, oh, I'm not happy with this. I don't even really like this place. And, don't have a lot of food I like. He's a picky eater. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. But I guess we came because, Pop likes it. So they all get there finally. And we go up as a group and start, getting food off the buffet. School zone, slow down. Okay. Getting our dinner. And I'm talking to the brother in Florida. And I'm like, what did I say? He said, somehow it came up where he said, yeah, we're here because, Dad said that my younger brother really likes this place, so let's go there because he likes it. And I just started cracking up, and he's like, what? That is so funny because my younger brother said the only reason we're here is because Dad loves to eat at Golden Corral, and I'm like, and actually it was neither one of their choices to be there, and they were each doing it for the other, unknowing that the other didn't want it. Too funny. Miscommunication, superb. So yeah, that was, oh my gosh, that was so funny. And I told my younger brother, I'm like, yeah, Dad came here for you, and he's like, what? No. I'm like, yup, he thinks that this is your favorite place. So that was pretty funny. But my dad did enjoy it. He had a bunch of fried chicken, which he adores, country boy, and had a couple desserts, and yeah, he was happy, and it was nice just sitting and talking to everybody. We stayed past closing, so that was nice. Yeah, so that was enjoyable. My dad enjoyed it, and then they were going to do something else all together with the mean brother, and they were like, aren't you coming? I'm like, no, I won't be in the same room with him, so no. Which is an issue because my dad doesn't understand it, but I'm like, if somebody hurts you enough over years and you've done so many things for them, and no, I'm not the perfect person, and yeah, I would get kind of, have my own ways that people wouldn't like or whatever, or too bossy, whatever it would be, but I honestly feel like I haven't hurt this brother, and that's the difference. Is we'd argue, we'd fight or whatever, we'd come back, but when it got to the point where the things were hurting me, then I'm like, I don't need this in my life. I don't need to be hurt constantly, and this person has no regard for it, does not care that they're doing it. All of the family, I'm not going to even say most, I'm the only one who would argue. All of the family does not argue with this person, because this person, you know how when you're in a fight and you'll kind of say a little mean things, you're fighting, but there's a limit. You have this breaker, like an ocean. You got this little breaker there that stops you from going beyond. Like, I know I could say some things that would cut to the core. Some things in his life that I know about that I could say. But that breaker stops me. I'll go to here and I won't go further. He doesn't have that breaker. So, and because you're family, you know the things that will really hurt each other, but you won't say them. You won't go that far. He goes that far. So nobody will fight him because we all know how far he'll take it, and we're going to come out the injured soul in this, and he will not, because we won't go there. So yeah, I finally said, I just don't need this in my life, and I know it kind of hurts my parents, but I'm sorry, I have to do for me. I have to take care of me. And I'll meet you every other way, but this one thing just ain't gonna change. That person hasn't changed. The person doesn't find anything wrong with what they do, so there's nothing to improve. There's nothing to fix. They think they're fine. So I do know those points of me. I can be a bit judgmental, and I hate it. Absolutely hate it. And I hate when others do it, and I hate it. And I find myself going there, and I'm trying now. I'm at the point where I'm trying every time I feel a little bit of that judgment to go, stop. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at this honestly. It's none of your business. I love your name. One of my subscribers says, Nunya. It's none of your business. Maybe they're doing this for reasons. I mean, let's find the psychology behind it. The show I'm watching is called Irrational, which talks about psychology of people's behavior, and I love that. Love that psychology stuff, figuring out things. Another school zone. I'm in another school zone in a moment. Here we go. Slow it on down. Tons of traffic. What is that? 3 or 4 already? So take a shot. No, don't. But yeah, I'm trying. I'm working on it. I'm trying. Like when family would say something, I would get defensive about it and kind of react, and I'm trying not to do that at all. I'm just trying to stay light in conversations and not the heavy stuff, because I don't see these people enough to, get into heavy stuff. There's no need for it. Just the light, the funny, all that. So I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress, and I hope I will be till the day I die. I think there's always room for some kind of improvement in everybody's life. But this person does not feel that way. So this person will never change. Never. They see no need for it. My son was kind of one of those people, and he'd say sometimes a couple things you're like, don't say that, like that, or whatever. But after his divorce, and that was so bad and emotional and all of that, he sees a therapist now. So he's working on it. And I give people so much credit for working. Honestly, though, not the fake working, but honestly working on improving. And they're going to always have moments where they fall back to the old habits. But if they realize that and maybe come back to you after and go, oh, I'm so sorry, I fell back into that old habit. Didn't mean to. I got to work on that. I am working on that. So sorry. You know, that kind of stuff. Then you're like, yeah, man, they're working on it. That's so cool. But yeah, it's the ones that don't care. That's a loud truck. Don't care, don't see anything wrong with their behavior. Those are the people that will never change because they don't find a need to. There's nothing that's happened. They'll never reach a rock bottom. My son reached his. I've reached mine in a lot of regards, multiple times. Nothing heavy, like no addictions, all that kind of stuff. Just, divorces. That's like a bottom. And then, issues with my daughter and her first marriage, that was a bottom. Not proud of myself, not proud of her, not proud of me. Unemployment's a bottom. All these different things. So I've reached all these lows where I've had to go, okay, we got to fix something now. Something's wrong. Let's fix it. What do we do? How do we get out of this? And no, it's not. I'll always have that. But anyway, so that's Scoot. And then and this brother has also horrible issues with my daughter, and my daughter is very outspoken about it. And even when she was a kid, and he would do his thing with me and hurt me, and I'd be crying, she'd get on him like a little alley cat, and she'd come and defend me. And this is my family where they all found that completely offensive, that, you can't talk to your elders like that. And yes, I agree to that part. You need to be polite and respectful. But she knew it was me and it against him and his wife, who also took on that behavior at that time. And she's like, it's not fair. So I'm there for mom. And I don't care if I'm a kid. And it was great, in a way. So another school zone. I told you I wasn't lying. Here we go, another school zone, back down to 20. That's why it takes me 50 minutes to get to work. This time there's the school, but not one dang kid or adult or anybody outside. So and there's a lot of cars in the parking lot, so this must be late. This must be like, well, what's the time on this? I don't even see a time on the school zone right here. But I'm curious what the time frame is, where I fall into it. But anyway. So she has a lot of issues with him, and she finally got to the same point of nothing. I want nothing to do with him. I don't want him in my life. I don't want him in my kids' lives. I don't want to bring that into their life. And his kids are the same age as her kids, so she knows they'd intermingle, and then she'd be hearing crud, and yeah. So she's like, and then my dad was like, well, could you invite her and the kids? Because, I haven't seen him in so long, and I really want to see him. And I said, this isn't the right venue for that. She's not going to come. She's not going to be in the same room with him. And he's like, oh. It's like, well, you shouldn't just stay mad. And I didn't want to go into the whole thing. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Don't worry about it. But it's not that I'm mad. It's just that I've made the decision of, I'm done with it. I don't kind of have feelings. I'm just done. So anyway, I got to figure out another time frame where they can all get together. Not all. My daughter and the kids and my mom and dad can get together. And then my mom, I worried about her at the dinner because she just sat there silently, and that's not my mom. Just quiet, not contributing to the conversation at all. It's getting worse. But anyway, my dad looked good and healthy, so good. Since he only was like 2 days out of the hospital. Did look tired though, and yeah, you could tell it was taking a little toll on him more than usual, but it was enjoyable. And I gave him his Jeff Foxworthy, what is it? You're a Redneck If daily calendar that he said he couldn't find anywhere. Of course, he wasn't shopping in bookstores. They're so funny because I guess we don't have a lot left here, but there is, I think there's still a Barnes & Noble. I think there's one somewhere near me. But they were going at a place here called, I don't know if y'all have them, but they're called Half Price Bookstores. And they sell they sell a lot of used books, and then they sell inexpensive books. And you pay half the price on the book. So they were looking there, and they have calendars and other extras, children's books and games and puzzles and just all kinds of things like that. But and I love that store. Excuse me. But he couldn't find it there, and so while he's talking to me in the hospital about it, I just got on Amazon and ordered it. And then I even ordered the 2025 of that calendar for him, which will arrive in June for him. But the first one arrived, so I was like, I got something for you. He said, my calendar. And my brother used to buy it for him every year, and he's like, dang it, I forgot the calendar. I'm like, yep, and I took care of 2025. And he just put his head in his hands like, oh, kind of like that. Mocha Coffee Delight drink. I make it cheaper than Starbucks. Anyway, so yes, I took care of that, and then I had gone to the grocery store, and there was the lovely little Girl Scout out front, so I got cash back on my purchase, and I bought my mom 2 boxes of Samoas. I only gave her one, but the same night I was like, and I got something for you, and she's like, oh, Samoas. She was all excited. So first emotion almost that I saw her express that whole evening was as she was leaving, and I gave her the box of cookies. So I'll give her the next one probably when we go to the show. She likes to take them in the show and eat them. It's too funny. But yeah, so that was that evening. So it was delightful. It was nice seeing my brother. Too bad on this is another thing. Like, okay, they were here 4 days. And the only time I could see them without the mean brother was that one dinner. And they don't make, like, you could come by me for breakfast. We could go out for breakfast, lunch, dinner. You're here for all those meals. You can't squeeze another one in there for me. But okay, whatever. Whatever. It is what it is. And I just enjoy the time I have. And I enjoyed playing Xbox all weekend. So it would have interfered with my gameplay. But, so that's the scoop. So, we're at work. I talked way too long about nothing again. But I know some of you enjoy that, and I'm so grateful that you do. And you guys floor me. Like, I released that video. I should post this today, the same day, hopefully. And if I did, then this all makes sense. If I didn't, it makes no sense. But, so thank you. I know where I am. There's my work. Shush. So, last night, yesterday while I was playing Xbox, I have to get the little key card from my parking garage, and I don't know where I put it. It's not in here. You gotta be kidding me. Dang it. Oops, I gotta go. There's a turn signal. Okay, I gotta figure this out in a minute. But anyway, I released that video. I edited it all day yesterday, and then I released it really late by the time it was done processing, because you got to process it in the edit program into a video. That takes forever. And then you have to upload it to YouTube, and that processing takes forever. And then I released it, and when I woke up in the morning, I had like 5 comments already. So you guys are amazing in the way that you watch my videos so fast. I love it. And that you make your comments, and it's just amazing. So, sorry I'm so close, but I'm trying to find my little cord. Is that it? Did I find it? Or is that my charger? That's my charger. Dang it, what'd I do with my cord? Okay, I'm going to have to use my phone to get in. There's an app for that, of course. So anyway, thanks for spending the drive with me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This isn't my whole drive. You're like, it's only 30 minutes. No, I didn't film just for a few minutes after. But I had already started driving, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to film. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Thanks for being amazing, amazing subscribers. We're getting there. We're getting close to 1,000. We'll get there slowly. But, yeah, so I hope you have an amazing day. And, yeah, that's it. Thanks. Bye. Mwah. Love you guys. 92 today. Yikes. Bye.